A very good and
Good
beautiful
and
morning.
beautiful morning.
A very good and
Good
beautiful
and
morning
beautiful morning
to all
to all the respected chief guests,
our
our honorable
beloved
and beloved lecturers,
all the
all the committee members,
all the
and
students.
all the students.
Welcome,
Welcome
to
to Humanities for Humanity, organized by the School of Business and Economic Student Association, BESA.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here
here
are some important announcements
for the attention,
for the attention
of
of the audience.
Firstly,
All students are requested to remain in the Zoom platform until the end of the program.
Secondly,
Secondly, all the students need to ensure your microphone button
is on
is
silent
on
mode
silent mode throughout the program
to avoid
to avoid any interruption.
Besides,
Besides, for all the participants,
we would like
we would like to ask everyone to turn on the camera and use the virtual background that has been provided
further
further enliven the program today.
All your
Your attention and cooperation will be very appreciated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the singing of the national anthem and Putra Gemilang. A very good morning to respected Mr. Shahade Asfar bin Saleh, Chief Operation Officer, COO at Global Peace Mission, GPM Malaysia, Mrs. Tisha Nur Indra, Program Manager for Yatim Bride at Sekolah Relawan Indonesia, Dr. Nur Azrin Kamal Barsha, Advisor of Humanities for Humanity, School of Business and Economics, University Putra Malaysia, Ms. Intan Nur Ashikin Aziz, President of School of Business and Economics, Student Association 2021-2022 Session, University Putra Malaysia, Ms. Kirtana Segaran, Director of Humanities for Humanity, School of Business and Economics, University Putra Malaysia, and fellow audiences. Welcome to the School of Business and Economics program, Humanities for Humanity. On the behalf of the organizer, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for your presence today. I, Basundra Kalimaran, will be the MC for today's program. Ladies and gentlemen, for the blessing of the ceremony, we would like to invite Mr. Fahimul Azim bin Mohammad Anira to lead the prayer recitation.
Al-Fatihah. Auzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Auzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma innaka khallaqul azim, innaka sami'un alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbul arsyil azim, innakal bar'ul jawadul karim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, we express our gratitude to you for allowing us to attend Humanities for Humanity program on this wonderful morning. Ya Allah, shower today's event with your mercy and blessing. Indeed, you are the best planner. We thank you for giving us the strength to conduct this delightful ceremony. Ya Allah, regarding the current situation of the pandemic, may you grant cure to all those who are sick, heal them, and ease their suffering. May every tear that has fallen down our cheek because of worldly disappointments be equivalent to the best rewards in your paradise. Bless us with more faith and hope. Allahumma ya Kareem, purify our hearts and fill them with love and goodness. You are indeed our refuge and strength. Surround us with those who will empower us, so that we can live ourselves higher. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul huzna iza syi'ta sahla. Ya Allah, grant us protection from anything that will distract our event today, and from those who are trying to harm us and have bad intentions toward us. Keeps our hearts firm in the faith, so that today's event will be blissful. Bond our hearts with your religion, so that we can all together be in your heaven. We fully believe everything that you have planned for us, so we hand it all over to you. May you always be our guide and watch over us. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana haza jam'an marhuma, wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma. Wa la taj'alillahumma fina wa la ma'ana wa la man yatba'una syakiyan wa la matrudan wa la mahruma. Allahumma ja'al khayra a'malina akhiruhu, wa khayra a'malina khawatimuhu, wa khayra ayyamina yawma alqaka fih. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fahimul Azim, for the prayer recital. Moving right along, we would like to invite Dr. Nur Azlin Kamal Basha, Advisor of Humanities for Humanity, School of Business and Economics, University Putra Malaysia, to give an opening speech. Please welcome.
Thank you, MC. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Mr. Shahir Asfar bin Saleh, the Chief Operating Officer at the Global Peace Mission, Malaysia, Mrs. Tisha Nurinda, Program Manager for Yatim Bride at Sekolah Relawan Indonesia, Ms. Intan Nurashikin Aziz, the President of the School of Business and Economics Student Association 2021-2022 session. And not to forget, Ms. Kirtana Segaran, the Director of Humanities for Humanity, School of Business and Economics, University Putra Malaysia. And of course, to the dear students from Universitas Islam Indonesia and University Putra Malaysia. First and foremost, let us all express our highest gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, because indeed, with His permission, we can all gather at this program, the Humanities for Humanity. Despite the challenges of this ongoing pandemic, which means that we all have to once again gather through an online platform, we are pleased to host an event that we feel can provide numerous benefits to our audiences today. I would like to thank the committee members of the Humanities for Humanity who have worked hard to ensure the success of this event. I am assured of their commitment towards delivering a program that will leave a lasting impact on its participating members. Ladies and gentlemen, this program is intended to provide exposure to the students and the staff on current humanitarian issues that are happening in Asian countries. The involvement of the next generation in important societal issues cannot be understated. Therefore, I sincerely hope that this event will contribute in creating a society that is concerned about humanitarian issues faced by the region. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I will officiate the event, Humanities for Humanity by the School of Business and Economics Student Association Session 2021-2022. Thank you, and wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nur Azlin Kamal Basha, for the speech. Next, I will hand over the session to our program moderator, Rika, to proceed with our main agenda.
Thank you so much, Miss Vasundhara. A very good morning to all the respected chief guests, our honorable and beloved lecturers, all the committee members, and all the students. Before we begin our session, let me introduce myself. I am Srika Nadaraja, and I am the moderator of the Humanities for Humanity Forum session. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. Our first panelist is Mr. Sharir Asfar Saleh. He is the Chief Operation Officer, COO, at Global Peace Mission, GPM Malaysia, and Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Malaysia for Syria, MFS. Now, let's view an introduction video of our panelist, Mr. Sharir from Global Peace Mission, Malaysia.
I am fine.
Anak Syria berhadapan dengan maut saban hari.
Thank you so much for the video. Next, our second panel is Mrs. Tisha Nurindra. She is a program manager for Yatim Bride at Sekolah Relawan, Indonesia. So, hi, Mr. Sharir, and hi, Mrs. Tisha.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. So, thank you so much for spending your time to attend our forum. Before we start our forum in detail, let me explain about the topic for today. Humanities for Humanity is a program organized to raise students' awareness of humanitarian issues such as poverty pornography that occurs in Asia countries. By participating in our forum, students can realize about the effects of humanitarian issues, especially poverty pornography, to the society and also to the country. Without further ado, let us hear opinions from our panelists, Mr. Sharir and Mrs. Tisha. I'll begin our first question with our first panel, Mr. Sharir. So, Mr. Sharir, would you like to share about your experience on your contribution to non-governmental organizations?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Ms. Rika, Dr. Noazlin, is it, the advisor? And the director of the program. Congratulations for the program. And thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me in this important program of UPM, inshallah. And I think it is collaborating with university in Indonesia, is it? Yes. All right. Okay. So basically, when we are talking about experience, and it's not, I don't really like to say that my contribution in the non-governmental organization. It is basically my duty and basically our responsibility for the sake of the humanity, as you have been seeing in this in the video. There are among of the activities or among the contribution not made by me, but it was made happen because of the people of Malaysia and because of the people who wholeheartedly and very sincerely donated and wants to contribute for the humanity. So basically, Alhamdulillah, it has to come back to the root cause. It has to come back to the intention and actually your passion towards humanity, and basically the main idea that I always convey to the people who really want to know why actually I am putting myself wholeheartedly in this non-governmental organization, specifically on the humanitarian assistance and humanitarian agency, is basically, I put it in the video, that our life is not for the sake of ourselves only. Our life is meant to be shared with others. The happiness that you have today, you want it to be shared with others. You want to have other people to be happy as what you do. The one that you have today, the roof on your top today, is you want it to be shared with others who doesn't have roof on their head. You see, the well sleep that you have yesterday night, you want to be it shared with others as well. So it is the matter of sharing the happiness, sharing the whatever it is, I mean, that you have, that you feel grateful of yourself. You want it to be shared with others, and you have to understand the main understanding of humanitarian is to save life, and you have to alleviate sufferings, and also to maintain the human dignity. This is the humanitarian concept that you have to understand. And basically, I have been experiencing in a lot of countries, including Malaysia, and basically I have just came back from Afghanistan. I spent 1 month in Kabul and some other provinces, just to have a first intervention into the humanitarian assistance that we can do for the people of Afghanistan. And we are looking forward to do more for the humanitarian, and we are looking forward for you to be the volunteer with us in Global Peace Mission Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shari. So next to Mrs. Tisha, similar question. What are your contributions and how did you contribute to the NGOs?
Thank you, Ms. Rika, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sebelumnya saya minta dimaafkan karena kami di Indonesia tidak menggunakan bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa nasional kami, sehingga mohon dimaafkan bila mungkin ada tersilap kata atau kesalahan dalam pengertian kami dalam berbahasa Inggris. Mr. Syahrir actually my senior in the field of humanitarian. So it is an honor for me on behalf of Sekolah Relawan to be invited in this wonderful forum. Thank you very much. And may I say that my experience is started when I was as a college student. I joined an NGO in Yogyakarta, which focusing on sending humanitarian aid to disaster survivors in various locations in Indonesia. I found out that our empathy, or my empathy, is important in memberikan kekayaan hati atau kekayaan pengalaman bagi kami, para mahasiswa saat itu, dalam membentuk karakter kami dari segi leadership skills and organization skills. So my experience I also a teacher for children affected by the earthquake and tsunami in Aceh, and continue to volunteering for survivor of the earthquake and volcanic eruption in Yogyakarta and some of areas in Indonesia. Mungkin belum seberapa, tapi semoga yang sedikit ilmu yang sedikit ini bisa saya bagi, I can share with you, dan semoga bermanfaat bagi teman-teman semua. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Tisha. So the next question I would like to ask to Mr. Sharif. So, can you explain about what is poverty pornography? Because I'm pretty sure like some of our audience have not heard the term, or some of them have heard the term but unsure of the definition. So can you give us like a very easy definition to know what is poverty pornography?
Some may have shock of hearing the pornography thing, and even me myself. What poverty pornography? Okay, it's not a pornography in a merely saying. It is basically, if you can simply search on the Google what is poverty pornography, and basically it is the act of you are exploiting the poor's condition to generate the necessary sympathy in various objectives. You want to sell your newspaper, for example. You want to sell your news. You want to be viral. You want to increase your donation. You want to have a support in whatever objective that you have. Sometimes we might have done it without we realize we have done the poverty pornography, and basically some other words that the people might use for the poverty pornography is feminine porn or stereotyping porn. In other words, to really understand what is the poverty pornography or poverty porn, is that you, for example, you go and somehow you meet a poor people and you think, oh, this is the time for me to get viral. You see, why don't I give him or her some money, and I recorded it and record how poor is this person, and tell the people how I put myself, how generous I am to give the money to these people, and I put it on the social media. So it is as simple as that. We might have done it, but this is the example of the poverty pornography, and we take social media, and this is in this basically the social media time. The poverty pornography is more accessible. You can see how the YouTuber using the YouTube, using the poor people to get more viewers on the YouTube, and they get paid by the viewers by the YouTube, and they got rich by that, and the poor people is still poor. You see, and people is too quick to put everything on the social media. This is the thing. This is the thing that we have to put a pause on that. Think before you post. Think before you post the face of the poor people. Think before you post anything about the struggle of other people without their consent. So this is basically how do you understand the poverty pornography. And maybe you have done it, maybe you have seen people do it, or maybe from our side, from the Global Peace Mission Malaysia, has also so-called have done it, and we are actually looking at it, and we are looking forward to improve what we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharir. I hope that the answer give our audience a brief idea of what is poverty pornography. So, Mrs. Tisha, would you like to share your opinion with us? Like, in your point of view, what is poverty pornography?
Yes, thank you. Firstly, I would like to ask you to please send your prayers to the people near the Semeru mountain, because the Semeru mountain erupted a few hours ago, and we hope that everybody is safe and healthy there. So back to the topic. I totally agree with Mr. Shahrir. In our opinion, poverty pornography is the exploitation of the sadness and suffering experienced by a person or a group of people for a specific purposes, mostly for raising donations and fundraising. In Indonesia, we used to call it a quote unquote menjual kesedihan. So the terminology nowadays is getting popular due to the poverty pornography itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tishna. It sounds a bit like cruel to sell people's sadness for our own profit, but it's something that, you know, we might have done it indirectly, or we promote people to do it. So we should learn about it as soon as possible. So our third question is to Mr. Shahrir again. What do you think about the poverty pornography that happens in Asia? Like, does poverty pornography frequently happen in Asia, or only like once in a lifetime? What's the frequency of poverty pornography in Asia?
You tell me. All right. You see on your social media, you see on your TikTok, you see on your YouTube, everywhere, even on the Twitter. You see, even they don't put it as a video, they don't put it as a photo. They might in terms of copywriting, even in terms of copywriting, you see, copywriting means you write something, you met these people, blah blah blah, and you describe specifically how is these people looking at, where do they live, the situation, even with your writing. So the situation got rampant, especially when we enter into this pandemic of COVID-19. You see, everyone getting poor. Most of us, some of us has resigned or left their job and whatnot. You see, the people of the before this, the middle class people has become the poor people. Before this, they are the one who pay the zakat. Now they are the one who receive the zakat or asking for sadaqah. So, and there is a group of people. First, the group of people of the NGOs, non-governmental organization, or social society organization, or CSO, and a group of people of influencer, a group of people who love viral, a group of people who love to be seen that they are helping, that they are doing a good thing. Is that wrong? It depends. It depends. But for us, especially in NGO, our main target is that we want to protect the people, and we want to provide assistance as much as possible to the people. Let us put a question. This is a question that asked by the poet Nairah Wahid, the name of this poet. This is the question when the poverty pornography is that. Would you still want to travel to that country or any provinces or any place if you could not take a camera with you? Will you still go there? You see, would you still go to the countries without your camera? Would you still go there and help the people without your camera? So think about it. Think about it. So everywhere we go, we want to have at least your mobile phone with camera, whether it's iPhone 13, iPhone 12, or even Android, whatever it is. You still want to have everything recorded in your social media. So it's getting rampant, I would say, and it has to be discussed. This is the important discussion, actually. Do we really need this poverty pornography in our world nowadays? For the sake of awareness, for the sake of anything that you want? Do you still need that? I mean, we have to discuss this and to be very objective in what we want to do. And of course, nowadays a lot of people need assistance, but do we really need to do that? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. Your poem quotation really made us to think for a moment, like, will it happen or not? Thank you so much for that. So let's move to Mr.
May I add something?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Among all of these commercial objective, I mean, if you have this commercial objective, if you are bringing media, or you are a media people, or you are an influencer, just put this humanitarian imperative in front of this all commercial objective. What is humanitarian imperative? This is the important fundamental in humanitarian principle, is that humanitarian imperative is you put this, the people need to receive humanitarian assistance first before your camera. All right, before your anything commercial kind of things. So put this in mind before anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. So we have finished our questions for the first round. So now for the first question of the second round, I would like to ask Mrs. Tisha first. So Mrs. Tisha, some says that the advertisements, newspaper, pictures, videos of poor people, which also we call as poverty pornography, makes it easier to find funds and donation to help them. But is it the right thing to do? Like, how is humanity valued in this issue? What do you think about this?
Yes, thank you. Thank you also for Mr. Shahrir to add me a number of information about the humanitarian issues. So in my opinion, about at some point, the fact that appear before us, just like some conditions, some survivors in disaster area and so on, I think I consider as a positive things, because they can broaden our horizons, know how the condition are in areas far from our location, and at the same time hone our empathy, which then move us to help them or donate. It is undeniable that people's empathy emerge more quickly by seeing sad pictures and stories. In my opinion, maybe this is the main basis for the communication strategy for many NGOs. But what is unfortunate then is the excessive exploitation of the suffering or sadness of someone who does not respect the realm of privacy and human values. If it is already at the stage of exploitation or poverty pornography, we think this has crossed the line and should not be done, I think. In conducting a campaign to raise donation on other resources, Sekolah Relawan strives as much as possible to minimize that kind of exploitation. Maybe we cannot eliminate that kind of exploitation, but we try to minimize it. There are ethics and norms that must come first. For example, suppose there's a boy who lost his legs. The focus of our publication is not to only highlight how suffering he feels, or a picture of how leg already gone that looks amputated or else, but rather to tell about his dreams, his passions for school, his hobbies and interests, and how in the midst of limited conditions, he remains optimistic and pursue his future. This is where the role of donors and others is expected. We invite the community to jointly support this child to achieve his goals. Any support is very valuable to him, started from prayers, positive words and motivational words, assistance in the form of funds, goods, or others. That is my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Tisha. So I think I can ask the same question to Mr. Sharif. Like some say all this kind of promotional activities makes the process of finding funds and donations easier. But is it the right thing to do? Like where are we putting the humanity in this matter?
It is a hard question actually, because somehow we are in GPM and Malaysia for Syria. We are somehow did it. I mean, but in the understanding that it is very much different of the community that we have in Asia region as compared to the Western or to the other areas or to the Europe, where they can still raise fund with a photo of happy faces or happy situation. We have tried both. I mean, we are putting the photo of happy faces, and we are putting a different photo with sadness and what else. Think about it. Which one is more appealing to the people of Malaysia? The second one. You see, you are more happy, quote unquote, you are more happy to see the sadness, and you are more keen to give to the sadness rather than to see the people happy. I mean, in other way, you want to see the people happy. You want to change the face of sadness into the face of happy. Seems like if we are putting the face of happy faces, they already get the funding. They already get the donation. So what use for us to give more? What use for us to give more donation to them? So this is kind of somehow, sadly to say, the what we call the sentiment that we have here in Asia. This is what we realize and what we have been testing over our social media and whatnot. So, but in the understanding that even you have to appeal to the kindness of humanity, you cannot actually dehumanizing the people that you want to help. You see, we are very careful to choose our video. We are very careful to choose our picture. As you might see in the first video, we are not just portraying the sadness and the struggle of the people. What we also have to portray the happiness of a talent of the people, of the hope of the people, and how the success of the people of doing something. Of course, we understand when we put something very sad and whatnot, we can get a lot of funding, but at the end, we have this responsibility of this funding to get back to the society and really tackle the issue. If we are talking about poverty and we are putting on the social media, we are asking for the funding, we make sure this funding will settle this problem. This funding, we tackle the problem from the very root cause. So we make sure it is worth for them. It is worth for the people who are being portrayed in the video or the photo. This is how we do it. We take your photo in a very dignity way, and we work for you and finding a fund for you, and we get back to you and to help you to have a better life. So this is what we have to do, and we have to be, and we have to put it in mind. Even though we might use the photo of them, we make sure we get back to them and help them in a such way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shari. We really can sense like both sides also has their own points, but it's up to us that we need to balance it well. So thank you so much for that. The next question is to Mrs. Tisha, that it's regarding the impacts of poverty pornography to the society and economics and country, like how this poverty pornography bring impacts from these three aspects.
Yes, thank you for let me share my opinion. In my opinion, poverty pornography at some point can have an impact on the self-esteem of society and also the state. The state seems to ignore the problems that occur in the society. So the community seem to have escaped the attention of the state, to the point that NGOs, which are actually part of the community itself, must step in and invite more people to address or help those in needs. On the other hand, especially based on my experience in Indonesia, it seems that people are getting tired of the news and publication with a poverty pornography perspective. They started to not hesitate anymore to skip or change the channel every time there was information that led to poverty pornography perspective. But if we try to look at it from a different point of view, the involvement of NGOs can be one part of the community to trying to take an active role in helping or working together with the government to become the part of the solution. That's my point of view, Mr. Srika. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. So, Mr. Shari, in your opinion, like what are the impacts of poverty pornography to our society, economics, and our country?
Okay, I want to quote a say by the Adichie, the Nigerian novelist. She is from the Africa, and of course, when we say about Africa, what has come to our mind first? African country. You see, you will see in your mind that children without food. This is exactly the first thing that will come in your mind, is it? Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. You see, because of what? This is the impact of this poverty pornography that you have seen only at one side. You see, it is actually creates stereotyping of the country of Africa, where when the country of Africa is so big, there's a lot of places, beautiful places, but the one coming in your head is the people suffering without food. You see, this is the impact. You see, it gives impact to the society, it gives impact to the country, it gives impact in terms of economy. When people seeing the people are suffering in this country, directly in your mind, you are thinking that this country is not safe. And it gives impact to the economy. Suppose this country have some income from the travelers and from the tourism. Because of this poverty pornography, you have impacted the economy. You see, it is not just that. I mean, it is basically portraying the real problem. You have to come back to the real problem. This situation of poor might happen because of the poor healthcare, the poor government, the corrupt government, for example, corrupt society or corrupt agencies, or social inequality. This is portraying how the country it is. So, of course, when we see the poverty pornography, we want to help, and of course, the money will cycle in the economic system, and it is a good thing. People can do business. You see, the traders can sell their food, and this food bought by the NGOs and the NGOs give to the people who are in need. This is good in terms of economy. I mean, you keep the economy running. So you see how pandemic COVID-19 is happening in Malaysia, and how the people buying a trolley and tons of food to give to the people in need. Don't you think help the economy? Yes, but in the behind of this issue, you have to understand why is this happening? Why there is a poor people? Why is the government, for example, not taking the action? You have a zakat agencies, you have everything that can help people, you have the church, you have the mosque, you have every single community's base that should be taking care of the people. Okay, so why of this poverty pornography has to come at the first place when we are tackling the problem at the very root cause? So it give a lot of negativity and as opposed to the positive impact for the society, for the economy, and for the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shahrir. Yeah, I was thinking about the African country view. Until we Google and see like how developed African countries are, until then we'll be thinking about all the poverty pictures and videos that we have seen in internet showing this is how Africa countries are. So yeah. Okay, we move on to the next question. I would like to ask to Mrs. Tisha, what are the main criteria people will see when giving funds to a non-governmental organization? Like, is there any system to make sure that the funds given to NGO actually reach the people in need?
Thank you. Yes, in Indonesia, we can see the credibility of a foundation or NGO from several things, including the first one, it's legal status, whether it is registered with in the Ministry of Law and Human Rights, or whether it has a license to operate. Because every NGO and foundation has to register to the Ministry of Law and Human Rights. In Indonesia, we used to call it Kementerian Hukum dan Hak Asasi Manusia. And they only operate when they already give a permission or a legal perizinan from the government. And then we can see it from the number of humanitarian actions that have been carried out. It can be seen. It can be seen from social media accounts and website and other information channel. We can see the credibility of NGOs from their online information that are published. And then also some of the better one, if about the financial statements, have they been audited by public accounting firm or not? Or at least they're an effort to get it there. And usually the credibility or the major NGOs already published their financial statement in their official website. That's, in my opinion, what happened in Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. So, Mr. Charlotte, what do you think about this? Like, is there any system to make sure that the funds actually reaching the people that we are giving it for?
It is hard. I mean, in terms of, if we are talking about the system that we have in Malaysia is that only the NGO or the civil society organization has to provide the report to the authorities. Depends on the which authorities that you registered your NGO. And some of the report you can actually access it by their website and whatnot. And a part of it, but this we don't have this in Malaysia. But we can search it on the Google, and especially for the Europe and the Western countries, they have this so-called charity navigator that can help people to see whether the NGOs, whether the CSOs are reliable and reputable. So among the criteria that you have to see before you give help to the people is, first of all, you need to understand first the cost for you to support. If you don't understand the cost of you to support, why you put your money in there? I mean, if you know there is a flood in Malaysia, and you know the level of the help you might give to the people, to the victims of the flood, you search and get the report. I mean, we call it in our humanitarian term is situational report. Get this situational report first and see the extension, see the extent of help that you can give to the people. There are help in large in scale, you see, and this help of large in scale, it will give impact significantly to the people. There is a campaign or help in the neglected campaign, whereas there are a lot of funding needs for this campaign to be realized. And you choose. First, you have to understand the cost and why you want to help, and to see whether it is a large scale or there is a lot of funding that needs to be supported. And you have to see the NGOs and the CSO, whether there are reliance and whether there are evidence. When we are talking about evidence, this is where we come to the topic of poverty pornography. Some people needs evidence. You see, Malaysia needs evidence. Malaysia needs to see Malaysia go to the countries, to any country, and the aid and assistance were given by the hand of Malaysian to the people of that country. People needs evidence, and this come into the poverty pornography if we don't really careful of what we are taking on the picture and videos. And cost effectiveness. You see, some of the NGOs have taken administration costs. This is normal. But we have to understand, we have to know to what extent they took this administration cost. Up to 30%, up to 15% only, up to 10%. You have to go and ask. You have to be very clear that your money, this 100 ringgit, some of it will go to the administration. Because if we don't have the people who work full-time and everyone work for volunteer, there is no such thing as NGOs. There's not a people who focus themselves to help to alleviate suffering of the people. We need this kind of people work full-time to alleviate the suffering of the people. And do you think these people work for free? No. You have to pay for it. So some portion of your donation, you are supporting these people, whereby these people can work in banks, can work in any corporate company, and they can get like 10,000, 20,000 salary, but they sacrifice themselves for the sake of the humanity. All right? And transparency of the NGOs. You have to be very careful on this. And also the strong track record of the NGOs. This is among the criteria that you might to see in any NGOs and in any CSOs that you want to donate and you want to commit to help this NGO to help other people. So we are actually helping and pulling funding together to give the significant impact to the people. Instead of you can do it by yourself, but how much impact that you give with only 10 ringgit, whereby we can pull 1,000, 10,000 ringgit, that you can help a lot more people in needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif, for your great sharing. It really gives us some thoughts for our thought process. Thank you so much for that. So last question of the second round, I would like to ask to Mrs. Tisha first. Is the poverty pornography is illegal from some perspective, like law or religion? Like, what are the ethical issues do this poverty pornography raise? Because some says children's right of privacy is being violated when it comes to poverty pornography.
Yes.
So, is that true?
Thank you. In my opinion, there are things that should be fulfilled when we publish a story or stories for which donation will be raised, including the stories that should be published with permission from the person subjected. And then, moreover, if children are published, in Indonesia, they must obtain permission from the party who is their guardian, whether their parents, relatives, or parties authorized by the government. So it is, in my opinion, in Sekolah Relawan, it is okay for us as NGO to publish some facts about disaster or victims. But we try not to exposure them so widely. But I have to be honest, it is not easy things to do. So we still strive. We still try to get appropriate formula in how to take up or how to publish a story, a video, or a photo about the suffer, about some sad stories without exposure them too much. So if I get the permission to all of you in Muslim. So in Islam, Allah and the Messenger teach us, the Messenger of Allah, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, teach us to live the begging nature. It is said that Allah loves those who are generous, but do not like beggars. So I'm afraid that the publication that so had a exposure of the story of someone suffering that leads to the poverty pornography perspective can lead to the pessimistic, beggar, and easily give up character, especially to the benefit. So common, and I think it's also okay if we publish the facts and the data, including photos or videos about the condition, so the people can know what happened in the victim, what happened in the affected disaster area, so they know it can enhance the empathy in our people. That's my point of view, Mr. Srika. Oh, sorry, Ms. Srika. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. So back to Mr. Sharif. In your opinion, do you think this poverty pornography is violating some perspectives from law and religion? It is creating some ethical issues according to some people. So what do you think about it?
There is no such, I would say, such law in poverty pornography, at least for now. I mean, but For us, the CSO, the NGO, we have a code of conduct that we have to abide by. I mean, in terms of if we are taking photos, we are taking videos, we have to actually respect their culture, respect their religions. Yes, like for example, in when we were in Afghanistan recently, some women are not happy if we took their photo, and what we do is that we ask for the permission. If they are okay with that, no problem. So we can take photo, and again we ask them, is it okay for us to use this photo and to publish it on social media? Yes, they are saying yes, and it's okay without detailing the details. I mean, without putting the details of this person. Make it general, make it very general. And of course, for the children, most of the time when the photos are too graphic or too sad or too we call it not tidak molek gitu, maksudnya tidak not suitable. You see, most of the time we will blur the photo. All right. But this is another interesting fact that people, I don't know, sadly to say that if we put the children photo, the more the sadness, the more the struggle, the more money that we get. This is real. This is real. And we actually want to educate people. This is not the way we put it. We want to educate the people. We don't have to see children suffer. Why? I mean, why we are so eager to go to these places of disaster and whatnot, and to try very hard to go and to find children with a lot of suffering. We even find time and ask the local people to find this kind of children. You see, I know this because I have done it before. Ini pengakuan. We have done it before. But over the time we realize this is not the way we do it. We are not selling the sadness of the people. We are not selling the photo, the children photo for the sake of getting funding, unless we know that this funding will come back, and we know that this funding will definitely uplift their level of dignity. This funding will exactly come back to them. And we will do it modestly. We are not exaggerating anything. We will do it modestly. So, of course, the children has the right. And of course, when we take photo and videos, we need to ask permission from the parents or from the guardian. And even we want to post it, if they said, okay, no problem. If they said, no, can we just blur? They said, okay, blur. Then we post it. So it is the matter of understanding and matter of respecting the beneficiaries. It's not just about them. It's not. It is about us as well. How sincere we are doing what we are doing, or for the sake of getting views, or for the sake of getting viral, we do it, or we are doing it sincerely. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Shari, it sounds a bit like sad to hear all the things like how people look at poverty nowadays.
Yeah.
It's okay. We have finished our questions for the second round. I'll begin the next question with Mr. Shari also. It's
How many rounds that we have, huh?
We have 3 in total, and this is the final round.
All right. Okay. Everyone is okay now? Can you just put some comments and whatnot? Are you on live streaming on the Facebook?
Yeah, FB Live.
Okay. Any comments on the Facebook? We want to see the apa kata response from the people as well. No problem. Go ahead. Selingan.
Yeah. Okay, we are receiving some messages in Zoom chat box. That's nice. Maybe later we'll get the Facebook viewers to share their comments and questions. So the next question is to Mr. Sharir, as how I say. It's regarding the current technology developments, like with the social media that we have right now, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I think there's humanitarian issues that we're discussing right now, like poverty pornography is getting worse and worse. So how to make sure that contribution of cash and the donation that we are doing is being used to help the people in need? Because in Facebook, Instagram, we can see so many advertisements, so many individuals, so many small NGOs collecting donations and funds in name of helping the needy people. So how can we make sure that what we are seeing in social media is actually the truth? Like, how can we check the transparency of it?
Okay, this is the thing. Of course, some of us do it. I mean, when we donate something, we don't follow up. You see, even you donate 1 ringgit, 2 ringgit, 10 ringgit, it's a small amount, but tidak ada satu yang kecil. It's not beneficial to others. You see. So you want to really make sure your donation goes a long way, goes to the people in need. And not because your donation is very small, then you don't even care. You see? Make sure you know the name of the NGOs. What was the last NGOs that you donated? Sriha.
Okay, I only donate to one NGO that I know.
Okay, you don't mention it. I mean, I just want to...
So since I'm only donating to one frequently, so I remember the name. But I'm pretty sure not many would remember.
Why you actually frequently donate to them? Because you have the trust already.
Yeah.
You know their work. You know they have the evidence. You see? Why you keep on changing the NGOs? Because you don't see the evidence. You don't see how they work. This is very important. I mean, you are not donating just for once in your lifetime. You say, okay, just once in a lifetime, enough. I will go to Jannah. I will go to paradise. No, it's not the way that we work. You say, in the very least, we have the understanding in our salary, in our income, there is a portion to the needy. I think everyone understand. Everyone can agree on this. And you will keep on donating and want to help the people in need. But you have the responsibility to really make sure and to follow up. Follow up is very important, and then to put trust and to gain trust. Actually, it's not from one-sided. I mean, of course, the NGO has to put and to gain trust from the donors, from the contributors. But the other side, the donors and the contributors has also to put trust. How do you put trust on these NGOs? You have to keep track of what they are doing. If they are fundraising for a hospital, make sure at the end of it you have the photos of the hospital. If you donate for the food of box, make sure you see, okay, this is the total amount of the food boxes, and this is the amount of boxes that they have been delivered, and there is evidence on it, and maybe the total of beneficiaries and whatnot. So it's not one-sided. So of course the NGOs is happy for you to donate for them, and you have to warn them, this donation, warn us, the GPM, this donation of money, hard-earned money of you, must go to the people in need. So it's up to you now. You know, get to know your NGOs, get to know your charity organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. Thank you so much for that. So, Mrs. Tisha, do you want to add on something to this? Like, how can we check the transparency of the NGOs, of the advertisements of NGO that we see in social media?
Yes, I totally agree with Mr. Shahriar's opinion. One way is to look the contents of the how we know whether the NGO is transparent enough or whether they menghantarkan bantuan kita sampai kepada para beneficiaries. We can some ways look at the content of the website and the social media. So whether they release news, of reports, photos, videos, etc. And because the reputable NGOs will report the public through press releases and publish information equipped with photos and videos when the program is carried out. But like I mentioned before, the financial report also important to us to get information to, which has been audited by a public accounting firm. That's why we done in Indonesia, and it has to be accessible to the public. On the other hand, in Indonesia we have Majelis Ulama Indonesia or Ulama Council of Indonesia. They had a fatwa or regulations or normative regulation that ask us to give a donation through a reputable NGO. Jadi para ulama menyarankan bahwa masyarakat sebaiknya mendonasikan uangnya melalui reputable NGOs. Karena itu mencegah, bagi kami itu mencegah mereka berbuat zalim. It can forbid NGOs or we can mengawal ya. We can mengawal, we can take an active part in the transparency of NGO. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Isha. So next question, yeah, moving on to the second question is also to Mrs. Tisha first. As you all know, mission of social welfare and humanity of NGO is not only like collecting and delivering funds to the people in need, because now most of the NGOs are doing that. So we only focusing on one scope, but they should also be involving themselves in planning strategies regarding human resource management, building relationship between countries, marketing, financial management, and stuff like that. So how do NGO carry out this humanitarian aid by planning strategies with honesty and integrity?
We at Sekolah Relawan always associate humanitarian work with the principles of honesty and responsibility, and also the principle of professionalism and community involvement and community empowerment. More importantly, we associate whatever we do as part of worshiping God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and believe that we carry a mission of goodness that comes from God to love our fellow human beings and humanize humans and the universe. This is reflected in our motto, which are humanize the universe. So whenever we come to a disaster affected area, the first one is, maybe it's common in most of NGO. The first one, the emergency response team. But when the emergency rescue already have some certain phase, apabila fase emergency dianggap sudah selesai, kami tidak meninggalkan begitu saja. We also had another team to hold a program involving the community development. Jadi saya rasa hampir semua NGO juga berperan aktif dalam community development ini, di mana community development ini juga bukan hanya memberi donasi and then they gone, but they had the obligation to educate the people, and then they have the obligation to make a synergy with part that involved bersama pemerintah, bersama masyarakat, juga bersama NGO lainnya in the name of collaboration for humanity. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. So, Mr. Sharif, what do you think about this? Like, how do the NGO carry out humanitarian aid by planning strategies with honesty and integrity?
Okay, look, when anything happens, be it disaster, be it war conflict countries, even now, Ms. Tisha in the Semeru is the eruption of Semeru now. Even last time we were in Palu, in Lombok, the earthquake, we were there. You see, the most important when everything happened, of course, from GPM, we have this motivation to be the first on the ground. We want to be the first on the ground. We want to see and do the needs assessment on the ground. We want to make a report on the ground. So what we do, we are not really rely on the report from anyone. We rely on the report from the official sources of that country or official sources of any agencies of that country. Even when there is a flash flood in Ampang, we rely on the official sources from NADMA, National Agency of Disaster Management. We rely on them, we read the situational report from them, and then we start on working. You see, there are several planning that we need to do. First, I have been said about needs assessment and analysis. As much as we can, we want to do it ourselves. But if we cannot do it ourselves, we need to rely on the reliable source. And then we come to the strategic planning. When we have already the needs assessment, we know the needs of the people on the ground, and we have to have a strategic planning. Then this will come into how we deal with the local partner, how we deal with the local. We are not going to stay like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, all in one shot in that place. Some NGOs might do that. Like previously, we were in Afghanistan for 1 month. We have ample time to do everything by ourselves. But depends, if we do have short time, we really need to know the people who are we dealing with. We really to put trust and really to build trust with them. If we don't trust these people, they might cheat you. They might just use, they might ambil kesempatan of this situation. Don't bluff me. In this kind of situation, earthquake, be it earthquake, be it war conflict, there will people who will take advantage of you. They know the people will come to this place and there will be a lot of donation money will come to this place. Lombok, Palu, a lot of money, a lot of NGOs coming to Palu to help the people of Indonesia, of Palu. You see? So don't get cheated. So this is very important for you to have a networking, to know the people who are you working with, and this is not the work of immediate work. I mean, this is not the work overnight. Of course, the networking that you have the connection that you have on the ground is being built so many years ago. You know, if you want to work in this country, you have to find the reliable source, reliable local partner in that country. And the next one, then after we have the trust, we have vetted our local partner. We know where to buy the food, where to buy the aid. We have identified. We have several quotation. We chose the best one, and then the next one is resource mobilization. So after everything done, resource mobilization, of course, we buy the thing, and the next one is the distribution. You have to see the distribution. You have to monitor the distribution. You have to make sure all the distribution, all the food packages goes to the people. You have to make sure you are not being stopped at the police checkpoints, and the police ask you to give them like 10 boxes and whatnot. This happened in the checkpoints. You see? So you have to be very sure and to have the understanding and implementation and monitoring, and then the operational review and evaluation. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planning strategies in the humanitarian actors in any kind of intervention of disaster or any kind of humanitarian assistance will help you to make sure the funding that you bring will go to the right person. There are a lot of things, a lot of cluster that you can work with: health sector, logistics sector, nutrition, protection, shelter, water, sanitation and hygiene, education, emergency response, a lot of things when you go to disaster country, a lot of things that you really need to choose where you are capable with, depends on your resources of funding as well. So hope it helps. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your sharing, Mr. Shahrir. Like, we have learned a lot from it. I'm pretty sure like most of us thinking like NGO is only for like, collecting fund and passing to those in need. But besides that, they can also do a lot more things in helping those.
Simply like you take the money and you give the money. You take money and give the money. No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of planning and strategy. Planning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So next question, I would like to ask to Mrs. Tisha, like, is there any agency or commission, any law to supervise and protect the donation given to NGOs? Like, do we have anything like that?
Yes, actually, in Indonesia, there are two ministry that supervise and that obligation to supervise and protect the donation used by the NGO, which are the Ministry of Social Affairs or Kementerian Sosial, and then the Ministry of Law and Human Rights atau Kementerian Hukum dan Hak Asasi Manusia. They have the authority to supervise and protect the donation used by NGOs. And people can also have a report, bisa melaporkan kepada the policy atau kepolisian Republik Indonesia if they found some kecurigaan atau mereka menemukan fakta atau menemukan kejanggalan pada sebuah lembaga. They can report it to the police officer. That's what happened in Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. So, Mr. Shahrir, like, do we have anything like similar to that?
It depends on which agency that you registered your NGO. So in Malaysia, basically you have roughly 3. First one, you can register in the Registrar of Society. And you have to abide with all the requirements. You have to submit your reports every year. You have to submit your financial report, And the same goes to the if you registered with the Syarikat Suruhanjaya Malaysia, where you bring the name of Berhad back in your organization, and like GPM, we registered under Jabatan Perdana Menteri di bawah bahagian hal ehwal undang-undang. These three is a governed bodies and agencies that actually, if these three bodies work efficiently, they will actually reduce the possibilities of the donation misuse. So it depends on these three bodies actually. If they want to stricter the law, then it will help to generate more quality civil society organization. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif, for sharing that with us. Okay, we have one more issue to be discussed actually. I think this is something that most of us are aware of it, and it's something that we should really stop from being happen. So like sometimes, right, contribution of cash or donation can be overlapped to a single person or a certain group of people only. There's not one NGO only doing the social welfare and donation. So how can we avoid this overlapping issue, Mr. Sharif?
Okay, this is the current setting of our NGOs now, of GPM. We work together with other NGOs. We are JVing joint venture with other NGOs. We are cooperating with other NGOs. Like for example, in Malaysia, we have Syrian refugees in Malaysia. We are getting all the NGOs focusing on the Syrian issues. We put us in one group WhatsApp, easiest communication nowadays. So any request from the Syrian refugee asking for help and whatnot, we will refer to this group. We will ask them any of the NGOs has provide them with any help, and we can know whether this person has getting any help or not. This is another thing and system that from us, from Global Peace Mission Malaysia, we want to build a system that the people could, the NGOs worker can go and see and check whether to avoid the overlapping of aid and assistance to the people. We have seen so many cases, especially in the flood, in the any kind of natural disaster. In one house, there will be a lot of rice, 10 kilos rice, like 10 steak of 10 kilos rice. This is because of what? This is because of the lack of coordination among the NGOs and lack of the even from the agencies, even from the government agencies, you know. So it is not the time for you to work in silo anymore, because everyone is very eager to help. Everyone has their own resources to help, and this is the most important. Everyone has the ego. You see, everyone has the ego. I want to help them, but I want my logo only on that assistance, on the food pack. Why? If you cooperate together and you joint venture, you can help a lot of other people, and just put even 100 logos in the food pack. Just put it if you want your logo on that. But the most important thing, we avoid the overlapping. We can help a lot of other people, and people will see you are actually cooperating for the sake of humanity, not fighting, not apa orang kata berlumba-lumba nak kejar popular, viral and whatnot. And this humanity works. This doesn't work. Faham tak? In this humanity works, if you work in silos nowadays, it doesn't really work. You need to cooperate and coordinate so that you can reach to the most needed people and you can reach more people in need. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. Mrs. Tisha, what do you think of this? Like, how can we prevent this overlapping issue from happening?
Yes, I cannot agree more with Mr. Shahriar's opinions. In Indonesia, as far as I know, in a scope of one person, and when we talk about one person or one family, actually we can say that every beneficiary or person that helped by NGO, it's like some quote unquote is pride or a special identity to NGO itself. So we rarely getting involved in a person that already helped or already published by a certain NGO. Usually, reputable or big NGO doesn't do that kind of things. So we usually publish or help the people that are not helped yet. Seperti itu yang biasa kami lakukan di Indonesia. But when we speak about a village, a people, or a bigger scope, some NGO or many NGO can have a collaboration or synergy, while each of us take a different role in responding to problems, but all of us are working together in the spirit of humanity. Kami di Indonesia sudah terbiasa melakukan itu, bahkan juga dengan GPM Malaysia dan dengan banyak lembaga lain, dengan saudara-saudara kami di around Asia. Kami turun bersama, kami working together, dan tidak ada masalah bagi kami dan bagi siapapun untuk meletakkan logo mereka, meletakkan identity mereka. Karena ini merupakan pekerjaan bersama untuk kebaikan bersama, and we have a synergy in humanity. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. I have another question to you. Is how to make the younger generation more aware of humanity issues?
Yes. According to some small research in Sekolah Relawan, whether in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in most country, the youth, the generation had a more empathy nowadays. Banyak rekan-rekan pemuda-pemudi kita yang terpanggil jiwanya untuk working together as a volunteers. Apalagi, moreover, in this internet era, when we talk about earlier about poverty pornography, begitu banyak gambar dan video yang berbicara tentang kesedihan yang itu berdampak affected on enhance the empathy in youth. Di sisi lain, on the other hand, about 2 years of pandemics membuat banyak dari kita berkurang aktivitas di luar rumah. Nah, sisi ini semoga bisa kembali mengangkat semangat generasi muda, can develop, bring back the spirit of the youth generations to care for others in every aspect, whether donations or through volunteering activities, or at least share some news from NGOs that programs that are held or carried out by NGOs. Jadi menyebarluaskan, tidak harus turun langsung di sebuah daerah affected disaster area, tapi cukup dengan men-share, menyebarluaskan informasi-informasi dari NGO yang sedang bergerak di sana. Menurut hemat saya, menurut pendapat saya, in my humble opinion, itu sudah tergambar empati mereka, the empathy of the youth generation. This form also describe how youth generation had a bigger empathy nowadays. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tisha. Next to Mr. Sharir. The question is, how important is humanity in our life?
Wow. How do I answer the question?
I understand it's a huge question.
It's a tough one, sir.
Because we are all human, right? And we want to be treated as humanized as possible. We want to, because we have our dignity. You know, when something happened, when disaster happened, our dignity actually has dropped to certain level. The importance of the humanitarian workers or any workers or volunteers is to uplift this dignity up to the right level and to the decent level of being a human. You see, when the war conflict happened in Syria, a lot of people, a lot of families, their houses has been demolished or destructed. Their level of dignity has come to the lower level of human dignity. They don't have a roof over their head. So as much as we are a human, we really want to have and to see others have the decent dignity of what we have now. This is what I have shared in the earlier time of the forum. We really want to share the happiness that we have. We really want to share as much as we can with others. We are not living in this world for the sake of ourselves only. Bukan hidup kita ni bukan untuk kita sahaja. As long as we are happy, okay, done. As long as we have a beautiful and pretty wife, okay. Let others have the ugliest wife in the world. No, it doesn't work that way. We want others have beautiful wife as well. That is why a lot of businesses out there really focus on beautifying women in the world, because they want others appreciate the beauty of the people. You see? So it's because of we are human and we need to have that humanity in ourselves. At the very least, to our family. At the very least, to our family. You see, have a charity kind of mind in even for our family. You see, help others as much as we want to be helped when we are in the face of struggle. You will appreciate that. You will appreciate the people who come to you when you are struggling for your life. So as much as you want that to happen to you, do it to others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharir. Your words are very deep. Thank you. Maybe I can ask the next question to you also. Like this year, the United Nations World Food Programme plans to solve the world hunger problem with 6 billion. The money is allocated for food and delivery, cash, and also food vouchers. So do you think that it's possible to end the world hunger with $6 billion? What do you think about it? Like, how long will it take?
No matter how many money that the fund is, it will not solve the problem if we do not solve the root cause of it. You see, why is people having no food on their table? Because of the war, because of the disaster, because of the greediness of the people. Have you ever heard about Elon Musk when on the Twitter asking 1% of his wealth can solve everything? You see, the greediness of the people of accumulating all the wealth for themselves will not save the world, will not actually solve the problem. if everyone has the responsibility of contributing back to the community in an effective way, this will solve the problem. So it might solve in maybe in one way, but for the long term, we need to have a better understanding of the society, that everyone has to contribute back to the society. Everyone has to contribute to the peacefulness of this world. We want to be in the peaceful world and a peaceful hereafter, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. And Ms. Tisha, what do you think? Like, what can be the steps that we can take to solve this kind of humanitarian issues that's going on right now?
Excuse me, can you repeat it? I think.
Like, what kind of steps that we can take, like how the UN has done with the 6 billion allocation, like what can we do to stop this kind of humanitarian issues from happening?
Okay. In my point of view, I think I quite have a similar perspective with Mr. Shahrir. In Indonesia, we can say when there is a problem occur in some persons or people, kita jangan in peribahasa mengatakan kita jangan memberikan ikan, tapi kita memberikan kailnya. So what bigger money, the biggest amount of money will be addressed? It cannot solve a hunger just like buy some food and then feed them only. No, it doesn't work that way. It is involving community development, the empowering the women. It involves the sumber nafkah dari masyarakat. Itu yang peran yang penting untuk diangkat menurut hemat saya. Yes, I also agree according to Mr. Shahrir's opinion that hunger had a certain root causes, whether about natural disaster or whether about in Indonesia we use pemiskinan, not kemiskinan but pemiskinan. So ada struktur yang membuat masyarakat terkadang harus dimiskinkan. Secara sederhananya seperti itu. Nah, itulah yang harus diselesaikan. The root cause, it has to be overcome. It has to be done. Not only about feeding the people, but about how to overcome the root cause, the problem in each and every hunger problems. And menurut saya memang ini bukan masalah kecil, ini masalah yang besar. Tapi ini bukan berarti tidak dapat dilakukan. Ini bukan berarti kemudian hal yang tak mungkin. So disinilah peran NGO berada. This is when NGOs take an active part, I think. That's my opinion, Mrs. Rika. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. And I got one more question for you. It's regarding the role of private sector, like celebrities or partner in innovation. Like, how can they play their role in humanitarian work?
Yes. Wow, what a heavy question. Yeah. But and also influencers, yeah, influencers, celebrity had as a public figure, they had a center of attention of most of us. So I think they can be a part of the humanitarian working in humanitarian issues when they promoting or when they share about what they do in humanitarian sectors. For example, in Sekolah Relawan, when we sometimes we're working together with influencers and public figures in order to broaden the exposure from the public. Masyarakat akan lebih melihat, itu tidak dapat dipungkiri, akan melihat apa yang dilakukan mereka para public figure. Nah, kami atau para NGO mungkin banyak juga yang melakukan hal ini, had a synergy, had maybe some kind of paid promote or some kind like that. Tapi yang dipromosikan adalah kerja-kerja kita. Atau yang dipromosikan adalah apa yang sudah kita lakukan atau apa yang ingin kita collect donation from. Kurang lebih dalam hemat saya, pendapat saya seperti itu. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. Thank you for answering all our questions with the patience. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Shari, do you have any piece of advice or last word to our audience?
First of all, today is the International Humanitarian Day, and I know today is Sunday, and thank you for having us. Thank you for staying right in front of your laptop. I don't know, others maybe staying. I don't know, whatever it is. I mean, thank you for having us. It is good initiative, and we are very happy from Global Peace Mission Malaysia and basically the civil society organization. We are very happy to see young people have this kind of passion on humanity, and we are in a very open hand asking you to come over to GPM and get to know us and be our volunteer. In regards of any races, we are not mainly for Muslim and Malay. We have our volunteer from other races as well. Come and join us and get the gist and get the happiness of helping others. So we want to create a peaceful world, and let's get and do it together. We couldn't do it without the support and without the help of everyone. So keep it up. Thank you so much, the moderator and the writer, the MC, everyone who has worked for this forum. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharif. So, Ms. Tisha, do you have any advice or any suggestions to our audience?
Yes. First one, I want to tell that thank you for inviting me again in this wonderful forum. I have a wider knowledge and broaden my horizons, especially on humanitarian issues in Asia. And being a human is about caring and helping others. So just bersemangatlah dalam berbuat kebajikan. Karena dinasihatkan kepada kita semua bahwa caring and helping is circle yang tidak terputus ya. Itulah yang membedakan kita dari makhluk yang lain. So being a human is about caring and helping others. Tetaplah bersemangat, tetaplah menyebarkan kebaikan dimanapun berada. Be collaborative and working together in the name of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tisha. So finally, we have come to an end of our forum where we have shared a lot of knowledge which we didn't even know or thought before. It's like so new to us. So thank you to Mr. Shahrir and Ms. Tisha. The information were very beneficial for us, and I'm sure the answers given by our both panelists were clear and accurate. We hope that every student here remembers and well uses all the information given by our both panelists. Next, I'll pass the session to our MC.
Thank you to our panel and moderator for the wonderful session. I believe we must have been enlightened with all these humanitarian issues. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's already 11:10 p.m. I'm sorry, a.m. It is time for us for a short break. I would like to inform you that our break is only for 20 minutes, which is from 11 a.m., 11:10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Malaysian time. It will be a great pleasure to have you back on time. You may also watch the video that will be played on the screen during the break, so please enjoy your break.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we have a Q&A session. For the participants who can ask our panelists directly if there's any doubt or question that run in their mind, feel free to unmute yourself or type the questions in the chat box. And for Facebook viewers, not to worry, you may type your questions in the comment section. Okay, the first question is from Facebook, asked by a viewer that as a university student, how can we help to solve this humanitarian issue? So I think maybe Ms. Tisha, you can share your suggestions that how can we as university students can help to solve this issue?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Rika. As a college students, there are so many opportunity for you guys to take an active part in a humanitarian issue. First, if I may give some advice or opinion based on my experience, try to find the nearest problems that you see. Coba temukan permasalahan apa yang terdekat, yang terjadi, yang ada di lingkungan rekan-rekan sekalian. Itu bisa menjadi, it can be an opportunity to us to become a voluntarily active and try to overcome the problem. Being active in students organization. Itu juga bisa melatih kita untuk mengasah our skills in organizational skills, leadership skills, and also empathy that can be developed inside of us. Banyak lembaga, banyak organisasi mahasiswa. Saya percaya banyak organisasi mahasiswa, lembaga mahasiswa. Teman-teman ini contohnya, for example, this Humanities for Humanity yang punya concern terhadap isu-isu kemanusiaan. So bergabunglah bersama mereka. Tidak usah ragu, tak usah takut, bergabunglah dan carilah pengalaman bersama lembaga-lembaga yang ada di each of university you are. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. So we have received another question in this Zoom to Mr. Sharif. It's from Nurul. Mr. Sharif, could you share with us your experience when joining volunteering? Is there any worst situation that happened there?
Thank you so much. Siapa namanya? Nurul. Thank you so much for the question. So basically, I have started my volunteering journey ni since university sebenarnya. So the very first international volunteering activity that I have done was Sri Lanka. It was post tsunami in 2004 tsunami, and I think we went in 2008 for the just to go and to see, and that was my first experience. And there are a lot of worst situation over these 10 years of working full time with the humanitarian of 10 years being a humanitarian activist. Some people might see, oh, bestnya pergi luar negara, hantar bantuan bla and whatnot. Bestnya fly, and we seldom share experience yang teruk-teruk ni. We seldom share the situation that you got stopped by the security at the border. You didn't share. You have got interrogated by the security for 6 hours. You haven't shared that you got kidnapped by the ISIS in Syria, and you won't tell the people the situation. The most of the thing that you will share is how we deliver the aid to the people. We don't really share our personal stories, because for us, as long for us, the very objective of us giving or having being a humanitarian activist is to deliver the assistance to the people, not to glorify yourself, not to have like a lot of followers on your Instagram or Facebook. It helps, but basically, if you have a big followers, then it can actually help. But then there are a lot of other stories behind everything, behind of the aid that you deliver, or behind the volunteerism that you are doing. So yeah, it will be another sharing session. Would be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharir. We received another question from the Zoom. I think maybe I can ask to Ms. Tisha this question. During the COVID-19 pandemic, does this issue became worse? Because just now Mr. Sharir was saying about that, it got worse. So Ms. Tisha, you think like how it get worse during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, the COVID-19 pandemic had a major worst affected on every aspect of our life. Most of our lives is affected, damagely caused by this pandemic. Hampir semua lini kehidupan kita runtuh. Hampir semua, banyak saudara-saudara kita yang kehilangan keluarganya, kehilangan pekerjaannya, lose their family, lose their jobs, lose their eagerness karena kita harus di rumah saja, dan masih banyak lagi hal yang menurut kami memang menjadi getting worse and worse ya. I think we don't lose our faith, be optimistic. Maybe in Indonesia we can also say that maybe in this is how Mother Nature clean herself. Mungkin ini cara bagaimana alam semesta sedang refreshing itself, merefresh dirinya, sehingga jangan hilangan harapan, tetaplah beraktivitas meskipun mungkin dengan model yang berbeda ya, tidak harus keluar rumah gitu. Tetapi memang hampir semua lini kehidupan termasuk perekonomian menjadi buruk terdampak akibat pandemi ini. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. There's a very first question in this Zoom from Hoichi. I'm glad to know students can volunteer in NGO. After the forum session, I really hope I can contribute my little effort in helping poverty. May I know how to join NGO? Can it register through website or through interview? So I think Mr. Shari, can you answer this question? Someone is quite eager. Nice to see.
The nature of volunteer is volunteer. You volunteering yourself, so you doesn't have to go for an interview or. To be honest, over the first 2-3 years, I haven't registered. I just volunteer. I mean, I just go and registered, as in registered officially to be a volunteer for this NGO, No. As much as you can, because you have the waktu emas is on your side sebenarnya. You have a lot of waktu lapang. You have a lot of waktu yang you guys boleh volunteering yourself. And the thing is how? The thing is basically you can actually start from your own comfort room, or Comfort University itself. Go around and see any people that might need help. Ask your members, ask your friends, are they really any one of your friends need help, and you help them, channel them to the right channel so that they can be helped by your authority. So this is the list that you can start off. Get the feeling first. Get the feeling, oh, this is the best feeling that I can help a friend keluar daripada masalah dia. You can solve this problem. But to bear in mind, you are not a problem solver. You are the one who try to help them. You are not a problem solver. If you are a problem solver, the humanitarian agency semua dah clear. There is no humanitarian issues in this world because you are the problem solver. But you help to at least reduce the burden. So of course in GPM you can always come and see us. Do keep updated on our Facebook page. Even the recent flash flood in Ampang, we do open for volunteer to help us to cuci-cuci. We call it cuci-cuci team. We were in Pahang last time. We were in Johor last time. So this is the very least that you can do. Just get in touch with us in Global Peace Mission Malaysia. We have a lot of volunteer opportunities, and don't put your mind as you want to go global first. Contribute in the local, then you will slowly grow into the global activities, inshallah. And UPM, I think a lot of activities in UPM. Go and get active in your own university. Any question? Hilang moderator.
Sorry. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Shari. We have one more question that I saw from Ting. What is the fastest way to stop poverty pornography? So maybe Mr. Shah, you want to share your idea? Like, how can we stop it as soon as possible?
I don't think there is no faster way. There is no fast way to overcome this phenomenon or this perspective, because it depends on every NGOs had a different point of view, and every NGOs had a different strategy, the communication strategy, and I think there is not just black and white, right or wrong. Tidak ada yang serba benar kemudian serba salah. It depends on the problem and it depends on the NGO. Bisa kawan-kawan juga bisa melihat bahwa every NGO has in some case or in some aspects, every NGO has a special issues or special problems to deal with. For example, GPM. GPM deals with what happened in Syria. Mau tak mau mereka harus mengangkat fakta apa yang terjadi di sana. Mereka harus menyajikan foto atau video yang menggambarkan betapa daerah di sana perlu kita tolong. So it depends on norm and regulation on each NGO, I think. And on the other hand, namely the program that ada yang diamanahkan kepada saya, yaitu Yatim Bright. Our program is to give a scholarship program for orphanage, for orphan children. So mungkin kami punya cara yang sedikit berbeda. We have a different point of view in sharing our program. Differ to GPM or every or any NGO. I think that's my point. That's my opinion about the questions. I hope the students can make a good impression on my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. We hope the same too. Okay, there's a question from Iman. Currently now is COVID situation, people cannot go out. So I want to know how the NGO help poverty pornography in this situation. So Mr. Sharif, can you answer this question?
Who said that you cannot go out during COVID? It's the method of, if you want to do it, you will find way to do it. You see, if you want to be a real volunteer, then you will find a way, because your passion is there. Your passion is to get people out of their struggle, to get people out of their, if they are really in need, then immediately, if you can, immediately go and find them and help them. So how the NGO help poverty? Okay, so look around again, look around. If you cannot do it alone, find anyone that can help. Find the NGO, pass the information. Even during recent pandemic, COVID-19, we open a form for the people to get to ask for help. In one day, we received around 3,000, almost 4,000 applications for help all around Malaysia. And how we do that? We call and contact our connection and network all around Malaysia, ask them to verify, and if it is verified, then we will transfer you the money, and please buy them some food, buy them food for 1 month, and please help them. So this is what the JV and cooperation among everyone is going to help the people. So there is no such way that if you put barrier on your in front of you, then you cannot go anywhere. But then please find there are a lot of other people, a lot of kind people in Malaysia that can help as well. So just put aside the mind that only you can help, but put in the mind that everyone can help someone. So this will help you, and this will reduce the burden of you not having the capacity to help, but you can always outsource it to other people that can deliver the aid. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. And thank you so much for the question, Iman. Next question is from Ilyani. Some of photographers take picture of poverty pornography for intention of getting views or popular. So how can we stop this attitude? This question reminds me of this one incident I've heard years ago. There's this one photographer who took a picture of a child who is in poverty. Another, if I'm not mistaken, an eagle is waiting to hunt the child. So in that moment, the photographer chose to take a picture of the child instead of rescuing the child. So I remember this issue, and Ilyani's question is something similar to it. So Ms. Tisha, what do you think of this? Like photographer, the people who has the opportunity to take advantage in this kind of situations. Like, how can we stop this kind of attitudes?
Okay, thank you for the questions. I look at two aspects. Yeah, the first one, when we mention about a photographer, a professional photographer or journalist in Indonesia, we can report it to Persatuan Wartawan Indonesia atau semacam lembaga yang mengatur peraturan yang melibatkan jurnalis. So mereka akan mendapatkan sanksi apabila melakukan hal-hal yang melanggar kode etik dalam hal fotografi dan peliputan. The Persatuan Wartawan Indonesia had some code of conduct about how to take a picture and how to write a story. So as a public, we can report it along with the evidence kita sertakan buktinya dan kita bisa laporkan. Dan ada sanksi, termasuk pencabutan izin, termasuk pencabutan otorisasi untuk melakukan kerja-kerja jurnalisme atau jurnalistik maksud saya. On the other hand, when we talk about a person who take a picture, for example, with our smartphone, we take a picture, and when we think the picture is across the line, or the picture is too much, had an exposure in poverty pornography perspective, and the picture taken, they act in the social media, we can report it also. Kita bisa laporkan. Sepertinya suka ada icon kecil di social media kita, whether of Facebook or Instagram, we can report it. Kita bisa berpendapat melalui ke sana. Nanti pihak social media akan take down the picture. If they consider that the picture is too much harm or inappropriate, appropriate picture, they will take down the picture. Sejauh ini mungkin itu yang bisa kita lakukan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. The next question is from Fizz. Is humanity issue in Asia is more than other regions? I was having this question when I did the forum session just now, since we were discussing about humanitarian issues, especially poverty pornography in Asia. So, Mr. Sharid, what do you think? Like how the situation is out of Asia?
We can see it is large if we try to find it. You see, it is just because no one discovered it, and that is why we don't see, or no one discovered is one thing. The media coverage is one thing. You see, sometimes this is another positive side of this poverty pornography, so that to take awareness, to give awareness to the people, hey, look, in this region, in this country, in this continent, in these provinces, there are a lot of families who are really in need, you see. So not because it doesn't appear on the media, it seems nothing happened. Sometimes it happened secretly, or it doesn't get attention of many, but the people do suffer. So the humanity issue in Asia is more than the other regions. I would say, of course, the other regions on the Middle East side, a lot of worse thing happened there. Millions of people has to get refuge to the other countries, and but that doesn't it doesn't refute the fact that in our region, in Asia region, there are a lot of people who are in need as well. In Philippines, in Cambodia, in Indonesia, a lot of our friends there in Indonesia needs a lot of lots of help. In Malaysia as well, of course, there are a lot of other agencies helping them, but we can do so much to help them. So don't look at how large is the issue, but look at how we can be part to be the hand of help to solve the issue. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharid. Next to Ms. Tisha, question from Azim. What do I need to think about before I decide to be a volunteer? This is a very important question because maybe our audience, after listening to our forum, they're like, okay, I also want to be a volunteer. I also want to stop humanitarian issues. But what do we need to think, consider before involving into all these things?
Thank you for the questions. These good questions. So our concern in Sekolah Relawan is how many of us had a strong eagerness to help others. Banyak dari kita yang bersemangat ingin menolong orang lain, but lack of knowledge and skills to help others. So if I may to suggest you, yang pertama kita lakukan adalah perkaya diri kita, enhance ourselves, develop ourselves with knowledge and skills about helping others, about volunteering. So when we in the middle of some problems, apabila kita berada di tengah masalah di masyarakat, we can get a better picture. Kita dapat memotret masalah tersebut dengan lebih baik, based on knowledge and skill that we have. Jadi bekali diri kita, kalau dari kami biasa berkata, bekali diri kita, improve ourselves in many aspects of humanitarian issues, knowledge and skills. But if I have to choose, what kind of skills do we have? The first one is the first aid skills. The first aid is, I think it's important to all of us, especially us when we want to be a volunteer. The first one is first aid, and the second one is I don't know, in the managerial subject, the management subject, they had a problem solving. Semacam kemampuan untuk melihat masalah. Biasanya saya yakin di kampus-kampus di UPM itu ada kuliah tentang hal tersebut. Pertajam kemampuan tentang problem solving, and then first aid, dan the skill of hearing, kemampuan atau kesabaran dalam mendengar. Dalam arti kata, usually kemampuan mendengar itu nanti related with assessment skills. The assessment skills plays an important role in volunteering. With an assessment, with a good assessment, we can create a proper program that match with the beneficiaries. Dengan assessment yang tepat, kita dapat kita bukan menyediakan solusi, kita bukan seperti orang yang memberikan solusi secara langsung, tapi dengan assessment yang tepat, kita dapat memotret, we can get the picture, then we can conduct a program that suits to the beneficiaries. So if I may conclude it, the first one is the first aid, the problem solving skills, and also the leadership skills, and then the assessment skills. Tetapi ini tidak menjadi wajib, suatu keharusan yang sangat kuat. Pelajari apapun yang teman-teman dapatkan di sekitar teman-teman. Itu menurut saya. That's what my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tisha. Next question is from Basundra. What can we do to better protect civilians in areas surrounded by armed forces for the purpose of capturing? And what humanitarian tools do we currently have or we need to have? Wow, big question. Mr. Sharil, do you want to say your opinion about this?
Hold on. Let me. Can Ms. Basundra explain further? Can you open the mic, please?
Hello.
Yeah.
It's about, like certain areas, like how the places are being ruled by the armed forces, for the purpose of capturing. So like so people suffer because of that. So in order to, we as humans, like, what are the things we can do to promote, to help those, to protect those civilians in this kind of situation?
Okay. To be honest, we have this experience when we were in Aleppo, Syria. Aleppo, if you Google, is the most dangerous city in the world at that time. When the Syrian government or Syrian regime wants to capture the the city of Aleppo. And in humanitarian kind of setting, we do have this risk, what we call it, risk calculation. We do risk assessment. We need to do risk assessment. In this current situation, not much that we can do. I mean, especially if the situation is deteriorating, the bombing was like every 5 minutes when we were in Aleppo. We can hear the bombing, we can hear the shooting and whatnot. Even our place is shaking because of the bombing. So that was the situation when we were in Aleppo. And even we have this experience, two rockets were targeted the school just 10 minutes before we arrive at the school. So you see that the situation on the ground is very, very insecure, to the extent that you cannot do anything. You have just to say, this is the time. This might be the time that I will go to see my Lord, my God. So this is the real situation on the ground. But then not many NGOs, not many organizations will take the risk to go and to help the people in this kind of situation, knowing the risks are very high, because we are not covered by any insurance. Even we are covered, we have to pay a lot, like almost 100,000, like thousands, to pay the premium to cover us. So to be honest, nothing much that you can do. Just stay down for a while, let everything calms, and then you come in. I mean, when the fighting happen, you have to stay down, and as much as possible you have to withdraw from that place, and replan of what you are going to do next, after everything has settled down. So don't take unnecessary risk. You know the risk, and you have to stay down and get back to your base. Okay, hopefully I answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharil. It sounded like so scary, to be very honest. Maybe I can ask the next question to you. So since it's like connected to the previous question, like, have you ever give up? Like, how do you persist your effort in these humanitarian issues? Like, even after seeing all these things, what makes you to keep going?
This is the question for me?
Yes, Mr. Sharil.
What is the question again?
Like,
I'm
what
looking for
makes
the
you
question.
to keep on going even after seeing all this kind of scenarios, and like, why didn't you give up?
Because I have seen everything. Because we have seen everything from the very good condition to the very worst condition. I've been seeing people being shot, being dumped into the river. 100 bodies of them. I saw them. I meet them when they were lying on the floor. They were being carried out from the river. They were being thrown into the river. Most of them are being shot at headshot. Some of them being like thrown by acidic water on their face. So you tell me, I have seen the worst kind of humanity and the situation of humanity, and you ask me to stop? No, I won't stop. So this is what makes us keep going. We have seen the worst case, and we have seen the best of the thing is when we give help to the people, and we can see the people uplifting their dignity level. We provide them shelter, we provide them school, we provide them mosque, we provide everything that they couldn't imagine for the past 5-10 years. So now, because of the people of donate to us, we could provide them again the shelter. We could provide them again clean water. So this is what makes us keep going. So are you ready to have this kind of experience? You have to be very bold-hearted. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shah. Even listening to all these things, it makes me like, oh my God, what kind of world I'm living in. So, okay, we are proceeding to next question, and most probably this will be our last question. It's from Shair. So, what can I expect from joining the volunteering activities? So, Ms. Tisha, maybe you can answer Shair's question.
So, I think back to yourself. What do you want to gain when you want to join the volunteering activity? Semua kembali kepada niat. Apa yang ingin kita dapatkan dalam kita joining volunteering activity? Is it to get famous, or is it to get an experience, or just to get more a photo to upload in your social media, or substantially to help others, or to become part of solution of your situation? Carilah niat, luruskan niat apa yang ingin kita lakukan. Kenapa kita bergabung di sebuah gerakan kerelawanan? Karena kita tentu tidak ingin apa yang kita lakukan itu menjadi sia-sia, bukan? Ketika kita percaya bahwa suatu saat kita akan bertemu Sang Khalik, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, dan bagi kami di sekolah relawan, when we first time joining the program or response, disaster response or program or volunteering activity, we have to ask ourselves, apakah kita bisa niatkan ini menjadi bagian dari ibadah kita, bagian dari kebaikan yang kita sebarkan. Apabila kita niatkan untuk ibadah, insya Allah many of goodness will come to us. Mulai dari leadership skills yang meningkat, mulai dari pengalaman dan perspektif yang semakin luas, a wider perspective, and so on. So, back to our theme, the poverty pornography, kami juga menemukan banyak fenomena volunteering and tourism. Jadi, melakukan kegiatan tourism, berpelesir ke daerah bencana. Ini juga fenomena yang menyedihkan menurut saya. Jadi banyak sekali volunteer atau youth generations or some people join with us, bergabung bersama kami atau NGO manapun, hanya semata-mata untuk melihat, oh, di sana sedang terjadi betul ya seperti yang di TV. Oh, we could actually get a picture, the fresh one, the hottest one. Ini juga menurut hemat saya perlu dihindari niat seperti ini. Kenapa? Karena it just waste our time. Buat apa kita bergabung ke sebuah lembaga kemanusiaan kalau hanya untuk hal-hal yang seperti itu? That is my opinion.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tisha. So, thank you for all the questions from viewers from Zoom and also from Facebook. And thank you to both our panelists as well for answering all the questions. Next, we'll continue to another session of the Humanities for Humanity. So without wasting any time, let us proceed to the game session.
All right. Thank you, moderator. And hi, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Piki.
And I'm Wanyi. Me and Peggy are facilitator for this Humanities for Humanity program, and we were in charge in the game sections. For these sections, we are going to play Kahoot to test your understanding of these events. But everyone just relax, don't worry, no panic. It's just a very simple multiple choice questions. You can also find answers online if your speed is fast enough, or maybe you can look at the HOH WhatsApp group. Maybe inside will have answer. I don't know. I just thought about it casually.
Yes, it's very simple question. So before we start our game, I would like everyone to give me some interaction. So can you guys give me a thumbs up reaction? Thumbs up reaction button.
So that we will know that you're already very excited to play game.
Okay, I see. Okay, a lot of you have already give me a thumbs up reaction. So seems like everyone is here. So shall we start now?
Yes.
Okay, so Wanyi has already sent the Kahoot link to the chat box. You guys can click on that link to join. And feel free to use any name to join, like informal name also okay.
So everyone quickly join our game. His number is 5617964.
Okay, we have 7 participants here, and also for those who have any internet connection problems or you cannot join us together in Kahoot session, you can you can type your answer in the chat box or even open your mic to answer. You are free. You are okay to do that. So we have 22 participants now. Okay, I'm expecting all of you to join, so come on, please join now. We have 93 participants in this Zoom, so I am expecting more than that, more than 27 participants. No worries, the question is going to be very easy for you, so please join now.
Okay, we will wait for a few minutes so everyone join us.
So we have 38 participants now. We will start at 12:15, yeah? So please join now, hurry up.
Okay, I got see Wanyi friend. Okay, thank you for support me. Okay, everyone.
Okay, we have a participant called Handsome join our Kahoot, and we have Park Chae-yong, we have Mark Lee, we have Espa.
Come on, guys, get active.
Okay, it's already 12:15, so I think we can start now.
Okay, just
Okay, more
relax
to
and take a
join.
deep breath before we start. After 3 seconds, we will start our game.
Okay, in the count to 3, let's start.
Okay, what is the name of this program? Wow, the choice given of this question is very similar. It's a trap questions. You guys need to look carefully. Whether it's human for humanities,
You can actually see in our background for Zoom, there is an answer for that.
okay. Okay, the correct answer is humanities for humanity. So, congrats to 31% that answer correct.
So let's see who is on the board. Okay, congratulations, Judante. You are the first one. You are in the first place.
HOH is organized by UPEC, SPE or PEC or BESA. Okay, actually, HOH is organized by BESA. BESA is a School of Business and Economic Student Associations, and BESA is a combination of three CAP. That is UPEC, SPE, and that is UPEC, PEC, and also BBAC.
Okay, so Chun So-jin has already exceed Judante and become the first place in this question. Congratulations.
Who are the panels for this program?
You can choose up to one answer for this question.
This is a multiple choice question.
Choose carefully. Okay, the correct answer is actually Mr. Shahri and Mrs. Tisha.
What does GPM stand for? Becky, how do you think GPM stand for what? Maybe powerful missions?
Maybe global playful mission? Very playful, right?
I think so.
Just like our Kahoot session, very playful.
Okay, actually GPM stands for Global Peace Missions. So GPM is a non-profit organization under the trusteeship law of Malaysia and had been established on 26 September 2001 to immediately respond to the suffering of Afghans under the massacre and occupation of the US military.
Okay, there is actually one person who chose the Global Playful Mission.
The person believed our answer.
Okay, Chun So-jin has become the first place.
This can't be answered wrong. Which country does Mrs. Tisha Nurida comes from? Maybe Malaysia?
I believe Mrs. Tisha has repeat a lot of time that she's come from. Which country?
Okay, actually, Mrs. Tisha Nurinda is come from Indonesia.
Okay. So 4 players just hit answer streak 3. Congratulations. So the next question is a true or false question. So this program is organized to raise student awareness of humanitarian issues. Is this a true statement or a false statement? Okay, most of you got this correct. Okay, next. A true or false question again. So by joining this forum, students can realize the effect of humanitarian issues on the society and the country. So true or false? Okay, again, 48 of you got this correct and 2 of you got this wrong. Okay, we have a new name in the board, which is nickname. Congratulations. And Chon Sojin is remained as the first place. Question number 8. This is about what is poverty pornography? You have to fill in the blanks. So any type of media which exploit the blank condition in order to generate the necessary sympathy. So by looking at the title, you can know poverty pornography, poverty. So
Maybe victims?
this is a very easy question. Oh, okay, we have 13 participants who got this question wrong. The answer is actually the poorest, as stated in the poverty. Okay. Okay, so poverty pornography frequently happens in Asia. Is this a true or false statement? Does poverty pornography often happens in Asia? Okay, 42 of you got this correct. Congratulations. So we have a new name now, which is Iliani. Congratulations. Okay, next question. This is a multiple choice question. You can choose more than one answer. So, which of these picture illustrate poverty pornography? Is this the angry face or the photographer picture? Which one is that? Okay, there is actually one person who chose the angry face. Okay, so most of you got this correct. Okay.
Okay, poverty pornography is ethical activity. What means ethical? Is this a true or false statement? Okay, so the answer is false. Actually, poverty pornography is not a ethical activity. So because ethical means moral, so poverty pornography actually is an unethical activity, immoral activity. Okay, this is a multi-select questions. Why poverty pornography is unethical? Why poverty pornography is immoral? Maybe it encourages us to donate money. Okay, the correct answer is the picture were made without the consent of the subject and it is exploiting the subjects. This is also a multi-select questions. Negative impact of poverty pornography. You need to choose two answers. Okay, the correct answer is causing stigma to them when their identity are revealed and also misrepresent poverty and the poor. NGO stands for, okay, we often hear that NGO, but what is the full name of NGO? Is
This
that
is actually
non-government organization?
This is actually a bonus question. A very simple question for you guys.
Okay, so actually NGO stand for non-governmental organizations. And remember they'll have a dash for it. What you should do before you donate to the charity? Okay. Wow, why got people answer donate to unregistered NGO and also avoid doing research about the organization? Okay, we actually, before we donate to the charity, we need to check the validity of the organizations and do not donate to unregistered NGOs. And also we need to doing research about the organizations. And remember, don't donate to suspicious organization.
Okay, let's see who is on the board, who is on the podium. Third place, Iliani, congratulations, you got 15 out of 15, okay. First runner-up nickname, and the winner is, okay, Chon Sojin. Okay, 3 of you got 15 out of 15, congratulations.
Also, congratulate to all participants for answering 15 questions in Kahoot. Other participants do not need to be sad because this is just only a small game. I believe that everyone is very good and great and got listened to our panel speech very attentively. Finally, I would like to thank you all for participating in our Kahoot game sections. And I hope you all have fun and relax in this game. I also hope that through this game, everyone can learn more about what the panel says in the simplest way of multiple choice questions. I'm here to apologize to everyone if we make any mistake and technical errors or our section is boring. I will end my section and pass it back to our MC. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations to the winners and thank you to all the participants for joining the Kahoot session. Time flies in the blink of an eye. We have come to an end of the School of Business and Economics Humanities for Humanity. A bouquet of appreciation to the honorable guests that are willing to attend today's program. We humbly apologize for any inconvenience that arose throughout the program. Before we bring the program to an end, I would like to invite all the guests and audiences to join the photography session. We will be taking a few screenshots for each page in this Zoom meeting. So everyone is requested not to make any movement along the session. So all the participants are encouraged to switch on the camera to take picture with our panel. We will wait for another 1 minute before taking the photo. So don't be shy to switch on your camera. Come on, guys. All right, I believe the majority of the audiences have been ready for the photography session. So we are going to start with the first shot. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. Again, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much to the honorable guests and audiences for joining the photography session. Attention to every audience, you are required to scan the QR code on the screen as the attendance for today. You may also click the attendance link as given in the Zoom chat box and Facebook comment section. You only have 5 minutes to fill in the attendance form. With that, I, Vasundhara Kalimaran, signing off as today's MC. Thank you and stay safe, everyone.